Hello friends, today we will see the second part of Bhakti Yoga. In the first part, we already saw how to bring the universal God very close to us. Yeah. So, God is not in one place, He is omnipresent. If He is omnipresent, He has to be also very close to us. Okay, so in the first part we saw for yoga to happen, two things should be close to each other. That is the first requirement. Yeah, unless two are very close, they cannot become one. So we also saw what bhakti means, what is devotion, and then in this part of the video we will see how this union really happens. So, when we talk about God, we always tend to think as someone who is not a part of us. It's a general concept. We go to temples, we worship. God will be there, we will be here. We worship and come back. But if we read the scriptures, the nature of God is completely different. If you read Bible, it says that God created man in His image. Yeah, in His image. Then we immediately do the reverse engineering and then say, okay, God, I am like this, so God's image should be like me. And then we make a figure of God and so on. That does not mean like that. The consciousness which we all have within us is the essence of God as well. Or, in other words, God created human consciousness which is the same as Him. In other words, our consciousness is the same as God's. This is the comparison, this is the image within. This is in Christianity. In Hinduism, what do they say? They talk about the relationship between Paramatma and Jivatma. Mahavakyas, Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah, my nature is of Brahman. Tattvamasi, this and that are the same. Yeah, so it's all about the same logic. Yeah, so man, though we have a body, like this physical body will go away. God never changes. There is something within us which has not changed. If we observe very carefully, even when I was 10 years old, I was the same. The body was different, but I, the one who existed when I was 10 years old, is the same one who is experiencing life in this age. So something within me is just watching what is happening all around and did not change. So this is about the nature. Now, when we think, again, in these verses, like Paramatma is like this, let's say so big, and Jivatma small, logical, because Paramatma is omnipresent. Jivatma is like this, so it should be small, like here. This is not true. Instead of using my two hands, we should be, the ideal way to explain Paramatma and Jivatma would be to use only one hand. This is Paramatma and Jivatma is one portion of it. That would be the ideal case. Jiva, Jivatma is not different from Paramatma. Their essence are the same. They are the same, but the experience which the Jivatma has is different than the one which Paramatma has. So, though our inner real nature is that of Paramatma, we experience the world as Jivatma. So, this ideally, I mean, if I have to give an example, we can say that if I am wearing a glass, two lenses, one is a broken one, the other one is a good one. So, if I see through the broken lens, everything will be distorted. If I see through this lens, which is good, everything will be clear. Yeah? How many persons are looking? One. But there are two perceptions. So, when I say we are experiencing life as Jivatma, I am equating that to my view through the broken lens. If we find out our real nature, that will be similar to me, the same me, looking through the clear lens and experiencing the world as Paramatma. What is important is to realize and understand that there is only one person who is looking, though the glasses or the lenses are different. So, now initially we had God outside, then we brought God next to us, close to us, and now God has become our inner core. Yeah? So, God is here, He is the one who is operating us. But I do not experience the world as Paramatma. This is a fact. There is a process missing between where I am now and where I should be. What is that? So, this is where Lord Krishna talks in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, in the topic of devotion, Bakthi Yoga and so on. So, there he lists many things. Renounce the doership, don't expect anything back, don't expect the fruits of the actions, and so on, so on. Try to do this, do this. If you can't do this, then try this, and he lists many things. What is different? But, I mean, he proposes basically two things. I mean, let's say there are two concepts which are widely used these days. One is surrender, and the second one is Saranagati is surrender. The second one is Satviha Tyagam, giving the merits or demerits to God. By doing that, we can renounce the doership, saying that, okay, I am not doing it, whatever I get, it goes to God. These are two different things. One is the doership, the other one is the benefits, whatever we get. If we leave the benefits of the fruits of actions of any action, we will be in peace. That's all happens. Okay, we cannot give anything to God. There is nothing which God lacks. So the reason why he is saying that is, if we renounce the benefits, we will not be attached to the results, so we will be in peace. That's all. The other bit is the doership. We always tend to think that I am doing certain things. I am Ramesh, I need to do this, so I do it. We continue to do it. Here, Krishna, what he really says is, renounce or leave that doership. Don't think that you are doing it, just do. This we also saw in Karma Yoga. But how does this union happen? Paramatma, we said, is within the core of us. Jivatma is the one which is experiencing the world. So then what is separating? The perception which the Jivatma has as opposed to the one which the Paramatma has. It is the willpower. What is willpower? See, every human being does things in this world using their willpower. It can be anything, each and everything is done through willpower. Just like how when we switch on the lights, electricity passes and the lights glow. Just like that, to accomplish each and everything in life, using our body, be it be, or to do any actions, we need willpower. I'll give you an example. For example, if I move my finger continuously like this, yeah, it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. And now, let's wait for a minute. I want to lift my finger, lift it, it goes up. I want to bring it down, it comes down. What is the logic behind? Is there any person trying to pull this up? No. Even if I look around, there is no one who is pulling this up. Is there anyone who is pulling it down? No. Then how does it go up? I think that it should go up. It goes. I think using my willpower to make it go down. It goes down. I don't control the electricity. Yeah? This is the way how we all work, using our willpower. We all have our willpowers. Everyone. This is how we accomplish things in the world. Now, God has His willpower. We have our own willpower. So, what does that mean? Are they different? No. They are one and the same, but separated through the concept of I. So, in Christianity, there is a famous Lord's Prayer. There Jesus says that, let thy will come. Yeah, how it is done in heaven. Let thy will come. It's not a separate will. It is the human will which we see. When I say human will is different from God's will, then people say, yeah, okay, so then God cannot control us. No, it's not like that. It is God's will which is directing the human will. But we do not realize that because there is this I. in the middle. So, when Lord Krishna says surrender, what does that mean? Surrender your will. That does not mean that we should stop doing things. I mean, if we stop, let's say, thinking about the will, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, it is only with the will that we even move our fingers. We cannot stop the will. The will belongs to God. Each and every action, whatever we do, is orchestrated by God. Even this, when I move my hand, it is done by God. What is happening is the I comes in the middle, and then that gives us the impression that we are doing it. And then we cling on to that, and then we take it further like that. I am doing this, I do that, and so on. So, for the union to happen, even through love, through devotion, and so on, we renounce a lot of things. One is the renounce the fruit of actions. Fine, that is one way. Surrender to God. The will is the key thing. The doership, that I am doing it, should drop. If that drops away, then the will of God, we will come to know that the will of God is the same as our will, or in other words, our will be tuned to God's will, and then we will be looking at the world through the good lens, which is the Paramatma's view, and that is called the yoga. Thank you.